Hello everybody and welcome back to Pravus Gaming and more Hearts of Iron 4, the Enclave Reformed. We are playing as the Enclave Reconstruction Authority, though pretty much at any time we want, we could switch over to the United States and reform our great country. That will be fun. Not necessarily something we have to do this second, but it would indeed be quite fun. In the meantime, while we are waiting and building our economy, we are training up all of our troops, trying to make them into regulars. We don't need to keep doing the training on a lot of these guys, but I mean, meh. I guess I don't mind. Regulars, of course, 25% modifier in combat. Since manpower is precious, but we have plenty of equipment, I figure there's really no harm in doing this. Might as well just leave them for a bit. We are currently trying to end the bottle caps, so we're rebuilding our currency a little bit further. From there, I'm not too sure what else to work on. I don't really need political power. I'm curious what horses are going to do for us, though. Let's see. We could work down some more of our economy, kind of rebuilding civilian factories and so on. The open road could be fun. I'm sure everyone gets a car. Yeah, advanced materials is certainly nice, too. Starlight Express, tons of infrastructure. All these things are going to be quite helpful eventually. And, of course, we could continue with the Department of Defense going for the New American Army, which is going to give us better attack value across the board, which is good. We're going to need that because there is always the looming threat of Caesar's Legion, who is quite large and in charge, right on our border, potentially a major threat. They currently have no national focus. I guess they're bored. That's fun. What's the Washington Brotherhood up to? An organized militia. Yeah, they're also a potential threat, and they might actually join up with Caesar's Legion to kill me if I'm not careful. If that happens, we may be doomed. But by God, I'm trying. We are actually gaining a reasonable amount of manpower per month for this stage of the game. It's not the worst thing I've ever seen. It's not great, but it's not the worst. I mean, every division takes, what, 250 for another power armor, so that actually means we can get one more power armor division training every month, which I consider to actually be pretty good. Do we want to be building some more outposts and stuff? Maybe? Alternatively, maybe we should just go ahead and improve our infrastructure a little bit in a couple places. It's not going to take me outrageously long to build, but better supply routes across the board probably means we'll be able to survive our early onslaughts against the Washington Brotherhood. Not the I keep saying Washington. Western Brotherhood a little bit better. At least such is the idea. We'll see what actually happens. It's not a high priority, though. More outposts would certainly be a fine option. But like these guys, for example, are taking some attrition. And I'm assuming that's because... No, I'm sorry. It's not because of supplies. It's because everyone's training. Dadoy! I made this mistake last time, didn't I? By the way, I apologize for the last video. Apparently, losing half of the audio. I had no idea until somebody emailed me to let me know. Heck, I didn't even get any messages on Discord. And I didn't check... Oh, good, the Brahmin Barons are gone. And I didn't check the comment section because, I mean... When you work 70 hours a week, who's got time to do that right now? But an email gets my attention right off the bat. Usually a Discord message does within a week, too, but... Oh, well. This is my own fault for not being responsive enough. I know this all to be true. We could go for things like extensive conscription again now, by the way. That would be a way to get a lot more recruitable population. Yeah. The thing is... This gives me non-core manpower, yes, but I would imagine better recruitable population is still better overall? Maybe, question mark, it kind of depends. I think we're okay with what we've got at the moment. Anyway, yeah, no, what was I saying? Something about me sucking and not being responsive enough. I've just been working hard. I'm going to do a vlog video. In fact, that might go up by Sunday, so you'll have already seen all this. By the time that this video goes up, that could be. Even so, just understand, I'm working really hard all the time, and I'm exhausted. And that's why I'm not responsive. Also, I'm just lazy. Free of bottle caps. Bottle caps were an ingenious solution to the wastelands problems. How do you create a currency with no government? The original bottle caps were backed by potable water from the hub. And because the bottle caps could not be replicated in post-war conditions, they had a fixed store of value. So it's like the gold standard, but on something more valuable, water. Got it. But as the wastelands economy grew, the limited supply of bottle caps meant more goods were chasing less money, discouraging economic growth. With the return of old glory to the wastes. Okay, the government can impose a rational currency worth whatever the government says it's worth. Aha! A fiat currency that we control. Wait, isn't this why candy bars cost $1,000 before the war? Oh, yeah? There's this fiat currency. Reduces stability, but also reduces consumer goods at factories. So we lose a bit of that base stability that we covet so much. Still, it is nice to at least have a few extra civilian goods, or a few more civilian factories ready to go. So we actually can build more stuff. I mean, out of all that, I don't know what I want. I guess we can just build more outposts and stuff. Let's go ahead and build at least a few more in the area around Caesar's Legion, since he scares me. So hopefully, we'll be able to reinforce this area rather aggressively. And we'll do something similar down here against the Washington Brotherhood. Let him exhaust himself on the first wave attacking me, and then while his organization is low, you counterattack. That is called tactics. If only I were good at tactics. I'm not really. You know, it's funny to me that Hearts of Iron 4 ends up being one of the better performing games on this channel. I mean, I love the alternate mods and stuff. It is really cool, don't get me wrong. Like, I understand why people like it. At the same time, I don't consider myself to be very good at Hearts of Iron 4. So the fact that people like it is quite nice. Alright, so do we want things like emergency labor drafts and stuff that reduce legitimacy? I don't think so. Department of Manufacturing, civilians start working toward these. It's okay. I don't know if we need the horses at the moment either. Requisition of resources, again, it's a way of losing legitimacy to get a lot of stuff that at the moment we don't need. The business of California with the gun runners, these are also things we could do. Also start working towards some various different doctrines. I think I'm going to say that we need to go for hearts and minds and get that base stability. Start working toward things like the Department of Education, more vaccines, more population as well. All of those could be good. I'm not feeling especially desperate to get the American Army going, because at the moment, we're not looking at any combat. Though we could change that. Like, if we wanted to find another good place for us to, let's say, attack the Sky Reavers, as an example. Attack the Sky Reavers, and we have a different front line we'll be able to use against Caesar's Legion. At the same time, let's consider, is it actually to our benefit to have another choke point that we don't have to worry about the Kaiser coming in from this direction? And the answer is maybe. Maybe. Eastport would be an easy target for us to just go ahead and kill. But it would broaden out some of the borders. We could attack the Rapids, I guess, but again, I kind of like using them as a bottleneck. That works well for me. We could go for people like the Valley Bandits, though. And I'm going to go ahead... Oh, take claimed states. Okay. Well, it's pretty quick to do this, so let's go ahead and get our claims going against the Valley Bandits, and since we've got some time, we can go ahead and conquer a little bit more land down over here and not have to worry about them at all. You guys are free to stop training. You guys are free to stop training. You guys are also free to stop training. Okay, we officially have a fully trained regular army. Nice. We're going to take this power armor. I'm going to go ahead and set you guys up down here at the valley. And all of you go down here. And we'll create a new offensive line just to push down all the way over here. And then after that, maybe we'll just kill some more bandits. I don't know. We might even be able to use ships in a creative way to do a naval invasion in the back door of Caesar's Legion eventually. We don't know. Whispers of hope. Despite our current precarious position, there are those who have taken to our American dream. Whispers of a new dawn are spoken when no NCR loyalists are in the room. Stories of a president who can sway even his bitter enemies with words and is incorruptible of soul. Ask not what your government can do for you, but what you can do for the government. Or manpower. I mean, base stability is nice, but I think there are other ways of getting that using our political power and such. I think I will go for the manpower, because we do need to be training up a lot more troops. So let's go ahead and set up a few more divisions to train. By few, I'll train like a one-time 10 divisions thing. You will train up at least a couple more motorized. Is there anything else I really want? Yes. There's robots. Medium robots we currently have some of. Are we producing any right now? I don't think we actually are. We're not producing any robots. What am I researching in terms of robots? Ah, right, we're working toward the heavies. All right, we're going to hold off on that, at least until we can do Mr. Gutsy. But there we go. Hey, look! New troopsies. I will assign you to the blue. That's where the rest of them have been going thus far. Seems fine with me. Low manpower? No, say it ain't so. In a Fallout mod? Not enough people? Ridiculous! I don't like this stupid resistance occupation thing over here, by the way. It's ridiculous. There shouldn't be any of that. Absolute bull honky. Any decisions we want to make right now? I mean, yeah, we could do, like, the sponsoring of railways and stuff. We could rebuild our infrastructure. Get a lot of legitimacy. It'd be pretty powerful. Warren of the Red Menace? Nah. I'm not going to sack my stability on that. Well, I mean, there's actually not as many options to be rebuilding our stability as I kind of thought there would be. Whatever. I think we're fine. These are pretty high numbers. I'm satisfied with them in their current state. So, we're going to win over the hearts and minds of all of the peoples. We are currently democratic, sort of, but we don't have any elections anyway. Douglas Granite is the leader of the New World Party, as well as the Reconstruction Party, so that's the weird thing, is we're in charge no matter what. Except for Lynette. We don't want the Citizens League ever taking over. Screw them. So, Department of Education. Teach for America. Gain political power. Consumer goods goes up, but so does research speed. Okay. Vaccinations for more monthly population is nice, and reduce attrition. Don't need the field hospitals, though. And then there's the American Broadcasting Department, which does give more political power, but reduces our encryption by a pretty substantial margin. I am going to go for the vaccinations. Healthy people that live longer so we can have more manpower to draft for the army. It's good. It makes sense. It's extremely powerful. Hey, look. The bandits have a lot of motorized. Uh-huh. Interesting. Interesting. You know, getting some piercing value on some of my troops would really not be a bad idea. Like, it may be something we want to consider as getting rid of the machine gun support or the explosive support in favor of, let's say, some anti-tank weapons at some point, especially when we eventually go fighting against the Western Brotherhood. That would be rather intelligent for me. Are we producing light robots? Certainly seems like we are. I don't actually have any use for those at the moment. So let's see. Nothing I can do about robotics at the moment. I don't need medium robotic light speed. Light speed? That's not what I meant to say, but okay. Radar is okay, not important. That's still very far ahead of time. We don't need any more resources, so these are officially done unless we want radar. Don't really need more planes. Don't need anything here. So yeah, I think we just keep going down, like, let's say, the motorized. Actually, no. Mechanized for the extra maintenance company reliability is, of course, going to be quite helpful. Mr. Gutsy. What are those things? Giant suction cups? Are you really good at scaling skyscrapers? I have no idea what they are. They actually look a little bit like ping-pong paddles. Again, not being familiar with the Fallout universe, I just don't know. So these look to me like super heavy robots. RoboBrain enables heavy robots, unlocks a free division template. Let me do a quick comparison of this here. So your breakthroughs 22, soft attack 20, 24 armor. Compared to much better armor and breakthrough, much weaker soft attack. Interesting. And that unlocks the heavy robots. Our Okay, so Mr. Gutsies apparently are actually medium robots. They're just a different type of medium robot. I should actually read these things, shouldn't I? Laser weaponry and a hardened armor shell. These guys are just better in general. I mean, yeah, I kind of want to go for the heavies. Better soft attack for all robots and stuff is nice. RoboBrain. We got a little time. We might as well build up to the really good robots. All right, we need something to happen. I've been talking for a long time without a lot happening. Vaccines are done. Awesome. So if we go down the education or propaganda, we can start working toward some things. Political power, honor the First Amendment. Everyone gets guns. Replace free press with the First Amendment. Reduce encryption further. Or propaganda broadcasts. War support encryption. Stability modifiers. All that sounds good. Mandatory patriotism. That sounds like fun. Ooh, reduces population by a lot, though. But gives you a lot of recruitable population. Okay. Military education, reduce research speed, gain that, recruitable population, or civilian education, production efficiency, and research speed, and then... yeah. The thing is, like, if we wanted to go down a heavy research path, this would work. If we wanted to get a lot of political power, this would work. What I need is manpower and people ready to go to war against the Kaiser. We are going to go ahead and reform our United States. Let's do something fun. Let's get that done. Oh, good. The military cars are ready to go. Sweet. Let's go for the armor reinforcement. Yes, this reduces the speed of all of our motorized, but makes them all a heck of a lot stronger. We are now allowed to kill some people. My favorite activity. Favorite pastime. We got a lot of military cars that we need to upgrade, but it'll be delicious once it is done. Still catching up on some of that manpower. So, are we feeling relatively optimistic? Can we fight these guys and win? I would certainly hope so, though an other alternative... Hang on. I wanted to fight these guys, but let's think about this for a second. What if we take an air base and rebuild that real quick, and then take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, move you to a new army, assign you with a different color, give you a leader, let's say Ulysses, add him under here. You guys are all going to move this direction, and maybe we'll do an airdrop and see if we can catch out all these troops while they're stuck here around the mountain valley. Cut them off, kill all of them, and win. Airdrops have worked out really well for me in the past, okay? Don't question it. I'm going to go ahead and build a couple of outposts as well. We have a lot of factories going right now. Volatile fuels. They explode. Recovery rate. We could start working toward that mechanized. I'm going to go ahead and grab the max speed. Start working further down that tree since it's a bit more exclusive. You guys are going to go join, I guess, this army. I don't know. Got a few more of them on the way. We're definitely breaking even in terms of our manpower generation, which I consider to be a very, very good thing. It's nice to finally start building up an army, you know? Do we need anti-air? We probably will want some against the Western Brotherhood. I have absolutely no idea if they actually have any, but if anyone's going to, it will be them. You are pulling your troops back. Are you fighting the Rapids? I love how these guys just have like a perfect split in ideology. Someone new is born. All right, we have a slight deficit in this particular group. We need to move all of you here. You're all going to be intellectuals. It's like you're pre-assigned from birth in order to maintain the balance. Someone's got OCD, is all I'm saying. All right, where'd my planes go? Did we disband all of them? We might have disbanded all of them temporarily. Easily fixed. Let's go ahead and get some of... Where's my transports? Oh, we've got so many stupid fighters. Let's get 100 of you set up. Okay. So in a moment, there we go, we'll be able to do our paradrop orders. Where are you guys? You're slow. You're way slower than you're supposed to be. You know that, right? I want to cut these guys off. I mean, now's a good time to attack. They've got some attrition and so on, but whatever. Hey, we did the thing. After over 200 years of chaos, depravity, and barbarism, the American flag once more flies over this great country. Terms like Enclave are quietly phased out of use as the blue Enclave flags are replaced with the star-spangled banners of old. There is still much work to be done, and many enemies to bring to heel. But the claim of the Enclave has been realized. America is back, baby! Give me that stability. Hoorah! Now, we could just, you know, go for things that bomb Flagstaff. We could just bomb the Kaiser. And that could be fun. That really could be fun. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break from building up the economy to go for the new American Army. Spend some of that Army experience. Speaking of which, let's do another military theory thing. We could also build Nuka-Cola Corp. All right, yeah, we got plenty of factories available. Do that. That sounds fun. So we're going to start making Coca-Cola again. And honestly, with a good amount of soda, who's not going to want to join the United States? That's the primary draw. We, for the life of us, cannot build enough stuff. Sometimes I wish there was an automation option, right? So that you could just automate building things and not have to worry about it, like, at all. Because that would be convenient. All right, we have plenty of that going. Infrastructure, yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and build infrastructure pretty much everywhere. Infrastructure is good. It makes you get around faster. It makes sure that you have plenty of supplies and so on. You don't have any there, apparently. Wait, is that a desert? I don't remember what that is. Whatever, build it. Just build infrastructure everywhere. All right? Yes, we could be popping the option to get us more legitimacy, though we're already maxed out. And that's perfectly fine. But I also don't think we need it at the moment. Wherever we have low infrastructure, build more of that out. Make sure that we can get around plenty as we fight these guys. We don't want to have a repeat of last time, do we? That was truly unpleasant for everyone involved. All right, that seems good enough for now. More troops. Cool. I'm going to add you to... You guys, I guess. Go down there. Oh, good, we're in position. Awesome. All right, let's go ahead and set up with a pair drop order from here to... We'll just go ahead and sneak up right behind them. You guys go from here to here. None of you actually got assigned. Fix that. There we go. Okay. As far as research, we have our maintenance companies. We should probably go for things like the Gatling lasers. Again, not too sure if I'm going to use them for anything in particular, but it's nice to have the option. And I don't even think we're going to need any gunships, so I think we're in position. Let's just go ahead and declare the war. The United States, of course, is born and immediately starts becoming a colonial power. That's how it works, man. Stop questioning it. Drop! Thank you. Come on, drop them. Why aren't we dropping more? We didn't cut them off. We failed to cut them off. Whispers of hope again. Okay. Well, this happened a second time. Do we want more base stability? Yes, actually. I would really like some base stability. But I also really need some manpower, so we're just going to do that instead. I think the base I think this stability is going to go up plenty once we're no longer at war. We'll be fine. Nuka-Cola! Crisp, cool, refreshing. Somehow viable after 200 years in a nuclear war. With control of some of the greatest chemical industries in the wastes, we can revive Nuka-Cola production and sell it as a non-perishable luxury good. Each drink will even come with a free bottle cap, which thankfully is no longer a currency. More base stability. Yay! All right, your offensive line is to go down this way. Go. So we crushed all of that. They're all dead. So the whole encircling thing failed miserably, but whatever. We got plenty of people. Just go. I think this power armor should be able to shred through them. The biggest issue I see is that we have a lack of supplies, so the faster we can push through this with our walking tanks, probably the better. Get a bit more supply going on. Spread them out if at all possible. There we go. Overrunning all of these fools. They're looking good. I'm going to have at least some of you guys go push up this way. Come on. He's got a pretty good amount of troops, honestly. It's kind of surprising. There we go. Push up this way. And we have some more unassigned divisions. Hey, 10 more. Love it. Let's take half of you and send you up over here. And then the other half is going to go and join Purple so that they are not exclusively militia. And we'll have some actual punch to back them up going forward. I think that makes sense. Let's see, I'm going to have you guys push along this direction. He's going to have nowhere to retreat, so his organization is going to stay nice and low. We should go ahead and start the justification against these guys. 75 days. Plenty of time to react. The new American Army. Everyone gets stronger. All right, we can revive air forces and stuff. Liberty ships, super heavy ships. Don't need all that at the moment. Let's go back to... What do we want? Political power does nothing for me. That's the irony. But more war supports and less offensive war penalties to stability and stuff honestly sounds really good. We should probably start working towards some level of propaganda. Look, I formed the United States, and we were kind and we were gentle, but now I need to be authoritarian again. We're going to go make the same mistakes that we did before, okay? I learned nothing. You can't make me learn. Can't make me learn a dang thing if I don't want to. Crush, 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 and they're overrun. Perfect. Everyone go back down to the southern borders. Why aren't you pushing more aggressively? You have the numbers. You have the tanks. Don't ever stop for any reason at all. Like, we don't entrench, like, at all. So, never stop moving. Don't stop slaying. That's not a song. Wasn't even a good attempt at a song. I'm not funny. And yet, I'm good at winning wars. Take all states. Done and done. Thank you. Alrighty, let's go ahead and set up a new front line over here. And let's set up order over here. Everyone go there for the moment. Let's go for this whole airbase thing. We'll rebuild one right there. Make that top priority. We have a lot of things to repair all of a sudden, but that's fine. Everyone's already on the way, so we're good to go. More free military factories. What do I even want? I want frickin' robots. Are we done with researching that soon? 32 days, and then we'll be able to. Yeah, I am producing some light robots that I'm not using, like, at all. Honestly, I'm just going to go ahead and cancel the line. I don't care if we have extra military factories. Screw it. Gatling lasers no longer relevant. Go ahead and build better ones. Boom. Probably should build some more of that anti-tank. Let's go ahead and build some more gunships. We already have plenty of fighters. Plenty of power armor, but we'll go ahead and toss a bit more on that. A bit more reinforcing for the miniguns. Howitzers should all be upgraded. We already are building quite a few gunships. And yeah, there's Mr. Gutsy, but I'm going to save that for the moment. Trade. I would absolutely love to have some more of those advanced materials. Thank you. Let's go to the robots and make all of them have 10% more soft attack. That's just going to be great. All right, so the airbase is done and was built over here, apparently. Fine. Go ahead and send the transports down this way instead. And you know what? For good measure, we'll go ahead and use some gunships. Just so I have a little bit of close air support. Why even lose a single man if we don't have to? Dockyards and stuff, I really just don't care. I don't see the point. Let's go over the propaganda broadcasts. I would like to have the permanent war-supported encryption also reduce the penalty. I'm not sure if we're going to make everyone exclusively patriotic. Like, I'm not sure I'm going to force that, but we could if we want to, and having options is always quite nice. Let's see. No divisions. Oops, hang on. All of you got assigned to the wrong area, didn't you? I saw them moving, but no, there was already another front line for them to go to. Congressional opposition questions propaganda department. Hayes and other members of the New World Party have shut down the government, refusing to fund its continued operation. They say that they will not support funding until we withdraw funding for the propaganda and censorship, claiming it threatens all our founders wanted. I hate checks and balances, or we don't need Congress under martial time of law. Oops. This is terrible. Okay. The Supreme Court calls for freedom of speech in a 7-3 decision. What? 10 members of the Supreme Court? They've ruled for the Radio New Vegas in its efforts to oppose government censorship. It's been critical of the Enclave's actions. I hate checks and balances. Complete tree the new order. Pull the plug on the judiciary. No. So, basically, by attempting to cross the line, we just got punished really hard, is what you're telling me. So are we even able to make progress on this? Nope, it's canceled completely. They totally pulled the plug. Wow, okay. Huh. So I should absolutely not have gone down that route, is what you're telling me. Oh, man. Alright, well, that seems like a reload potential, so I don't get screwed, but we learned something out of that. Instead, let's focus on the building of California, and let's see what happens with that, because that's a whole new path that I have not really considered up to this point. Kind of curious what's going to end up being involved in all of that. Hello, somebody is no longer a regular? Oh, you lost a few men, did ya? That sucks. Even so. Okay, yeah, alright, well, you know what? That makes sense. And frankly, I'm kind of glad that that's included in the game. Because checks and balances was absolutely a major part of the United States in order to preserve our democratic system. Well, Republican. I use a colloquialism, but the thing remains. Anyway, no, I like that that's in the game. It actually stymies you from trying to cross the line and take too much executive power. Remember the oil rig. Across the nation, flags are at half-mast today, in honor of President Richardson and the brave men and women of the Enclave whose lives were taken in a tragic terrorist attack on the United States government redoubt on the Poseidon oil rig. A center of biological research and aid programs, the oil rig was cruelly destroyed by a terrorist who blew up its clean, efficient nuclear reactor. President Granite has decreed today Remembrance Day, a national holiday to mourn those among us whose lives were cruelly taken by raiders, vandals, and terrorists. This is Enclave Radio, promising you that they are gone but not forgotten. A dark day for all mankind. Yes, give me that base stability. Thank you kindly. That sounds like the sort of thing that probably exists from, like, the actual Fallout series. Let me guess. As a player, you had to, like, destroy the oil rig. I'm just guessing. Again, I don't know. Never played Fallout. Really should one of these days, though. I get, like, requests for that all the dang time. It's just one of those things where, like, it's not as easy as you guys think to just pick up a big game like Fallout and have a long series. Like, what happens if it's terrible? What if I'm not good at that game? What if I'm not good at making a good series on it? What if people don't watch it and I'm now committed to 50 videos of terrible viewership? course, that's kind of what I'm doing to myself with Endless Legend right now, but at least with that, I'm having fun, so I don't know. Maybe I'll do it anyway. It might be the kind of game that you want to do jump cuts. More piercing value on robots. That certainly seems fine. In the meantime, let's go to our production. We can finally start making some really good heavy robots. I'm going to probably increase their armor and the main gun. And we'll still have a little bit of reliability left over. I do like having very reliable robots. But aside from that, a little bit of extra armor and such. They're very slow. That's the primary problem. But still, this seems fun. Now we'll be able to start making robo-brains. And for that, let's go ahead and immediately assign like 20 more factories. We have a lot to repair, but I don't care. Let's make this a higher priority than a lot of this other stuff. We are lacking in a lot of materials, though, if we're going to make that work. Let's trade with the Western Brotherhood, get some of theirs. Trade with Camlo, get some of theirs. Boom. And before we end this video, let's take a look at the Heavy Robot Division. 12 combat width to begin with. Yeah, it's not terrible. Might want to reduce that a little bit down to 10. If I did, you know, we're looking at 92 soft attack, 33 armor and stuff, though. It's very cheap in terms of manpower. 160 breakthrough, though, and you compare that, that's more breakthrough than my power armor currently has available. But it's not backed up with a lot of soft attacks. So we'll break through and reduce our organization by a ton. But overall, we don't actually have any following power to kill people. In the meantime, the power armor still has better armor value than my heavy robots. What the heavy robots has going for them is just breakthrough and piercing. That's it. So we definitely want to make these guys stronger. The question is, do we go for things like heavy robots? Or do I wait on this until I have some mechanized I can toss into the group? And that will get me a lot more organization and HP. And possibly then they become good. Maybe. We'll have to come back to that. I have a lot more research I need to do. Let's kill some more of these bandits. When are these two going to join up and kill me? I don't know yet, but even so. Thank you all for watching me. Hope you enjoyed. If so, then I would ask you to hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.